Hello, welcome back to Chucky Bayou. This is a new painting I'm working on. This one here is an oil. This here's oil painting I'm working on right now. This one, like I said, it's not pastel. This is an oil. This is where we're going with this one here. I started on a while back, and I said, well, now it's time to come back and get this little booger, get it going right. Okay. Oils, like I said, they take a little more time to work with. A whole different type of subject matter, you know. I want to thank everybody who are watching me with the tiger drawing. And that was a drawing. This here is a painting. This one here. And I really appreciate everybody subscribing to my channel. Now again, like with oils, I'm not going to be able to work as fast as I was doing with the pastels with this here. But I'm going to get some things done today. Let it cake up just a little bit and we'll be on our way. Really appreciate everybody commenting on the work. Really, really good. With oils, you have to mix and blend to a certain extent with these oils. And yes, I work in all the mediums. It's too much, watch out, take it right off of there. And you're going to come right back. I really appreciate everybody standing and support me with my little channel here. It's coming along. I'm getting a few more people joining in, you know. Really appreciate that. It's best when you let the paint just tack up just a little bit, and then you can go back over it again. And I tell you, that makes a world of difference. Now with oils, I mainly use linseed oil. acetal. You use that as a vehicle to pull the paint. See how you have to go pretty light with this paint right now. Just dabbling in a little bit. Let me know what projects you have going on. Whatever. Yeah, these oils, like I said, they take some time to dry. A good bit of time to dry. But I'm gonna get some things in here to show you how some things are done. A little bit by a little bit. Take your time. Can't really rush with oils. And the outcome is going to be gorgeous. Remember, with anything, you're going to have your roadmaps. Anything you do, there's going to be some type of roadmaps. Now we're going to have with all your paints, you have to still take your time and have a good subject matter. Make sure it looks like what you're doing, you know. Let it tack up just a little bit. I like using different size brushes. Especially doing detail work, you have to have that. You really do. No way you can get big brushes. Oh, I'm sorry, hitting the camera. No way you can get big brushes into doing some of this type of work that I'm doing. No way. It's just not feasible. have your plan, especially with your oils. Know how you want to orchestrate this, you know? Make sure everything's in place, how you want it. Yes, I work in all mediums. Oils, acrylics, pastels. And having the right brushes and everything makes a world of difference on how everything would work. It's about blending. Everything is about blending, making sure that piece is gonna blend in right with the other piece. And what I normally do, I don't put too much paint on so I can maneuver it a little better. You get too much paint, it's too bulky. And then remember, the more paint you have, that the more it's going to take a longer drying time. And with that longer drying time, you have a lot of other things. You could have probably finished it, you follow me? But the longer you wait, then you're getting frustrated and everything else too along with that. So I tend to just take my time and do a good job and be done with it. What I like doing, people, I like to get that realistic detail in all my paintings. That little part in that saying, well, it looks almost real. Now this is linseed oil I'm having on this right now. I have too much of it, but just enough. And this light is not the best right now, but you can kind of see where I'm going with this here. I'm not pressing that hard with this brush. I'm just mainly just having it sit on that surface, just barely. It's a little light blue I have up in here. Just take your time. Just want to keep that detail going, you know? You don't want to lose it. See those different little colors up in there? Go right up in here. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. Let's get some diamonds rolling my way, huh? These koi fish, they're pretty elegant. You gotta have those colors in there. You don't have those colors in there, just depleting everything you're doing. And at times you have to let certain areas really dry a good bit before you could go back over it again. You want to get all those shapes and tones and variances in your work. The little subtle details, you know? For that realism. You know, not pushing that paint that hard. I'm barely touching it. You want that realistic look. You know, these koi fish, the colors are just so vibrant. You don't want to lose nothing from that also. And making sure you get all variants and details that koi fish would have. Well, it looked like the weather in Louisiana is not going to be as bad as people were predicting it. A lot of people look like wasted a lot of hard-earned cash for something that's not probably going to occur. Probably not going to occur. But anyway, with doing oils, my strategy with doing my oils, I really take your time. Again, you can't really rush oils. And if you go too much with it, you're going to be in for a long time trying to wait for that paint to dry. Let's see who's out there. Oh, it's kind of quiet tonight. Today is Sunday? No, Saturday. Well, I'm getting my days mixed up already. See how these little subtle details come into play. And making sure that everything is falling in place. The tones, the tints, everything. Just be mindful when you're doing these paintings like this here. Don't place too much thinner on certain areas of it. Again, just take your time, be consistent, and follow your roadmaps. See where my hand just touched that little part right there? Little bitty intricate detailed people can make or break your paintings or drawings. Go back over this again where my hand accidentally touched it. I normally do just dab it a little bit, let it dry up, and it'll be good in a minute or two. You can come back over it. Just want you to tack up just a little bit, you know, and right up in the section here. You don't necessarily have to have a steady hand. My hand isn't that steady. It's somewhat consistent, but not that steady. Remember this little tentacle I had started on? Just let it sit there a little while longer. Then you can come back and do more work on it. And you have to know a little bit about the anatomy, how these fish or anything you're doing, how are the anatomy? One, how it relates to the next. That's why I tell everybody, do your research. You don't do research, you're not going to do a good portrait of whatever you're drawing or painting. That's a must to have. Tacked up a little bit. Then you can come back over it again, just like I did before. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Now in this section right here, I have it a little bit wet. But I mean, it's not as dry as I normally been doing because I wanted that part right here to show up a little more, and I'm pulling it down right along up in there. I'll look for the faintest detail in my pictures, anything I'm doing. Just a little lightness, just to bring it out. So let me know how you like this painting so far. And this is a painting, most definitely. Getting the right colors, coordination, and everything else. Little small details, really small details. Just looking for that little slight light of darkness or whatever you have, and take that and you run with it. Now this little brush here, they call this a dagger brush. You can get into some sort of little tight spots with this little brush. Like that. And can be utilized however you need to use it. I like it for the tight spots. You can get into different places with it. And like I said, it's real subtle. You want all the little tones that you can possibly get. Now this is a blue. I'm putting right up in that area right there. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. But that is a blue right up in here. And I'm using linseed oil to move that paint around. Not much of it, just a dab of that linseed oil. And this little brush is a little easier to turn and manipulate around those areas right there. Not really going hard. Very, very soft, very, very delicate. Right round up in this area, right here. You want to keep that softness with these kind of pictures, paintings. Be very light-handed with these sometimes. Just want that particular little layout, you know? This piece I see right here. Should go in right there. Now I need some burnt umber. Right in this section here. See that right there? And continue on to the top. And come back Voila. And then later on, after this here tacks up a hair, you're gonna come back in. Oh, hitting the camera again. You're gonna come back in and just add a little more. Okay? Again, I want to thank everybody for watching my channel and subscribing. Like I said, whenever you're doing your paintings, have your layouts. Know where you're going with it. Know what you're gonna do with it. Know how everything's gonna coincide with the next. You know? And again, like I said before, enjoy your work. Not gonna do good work if you're not enjoying what you're doing. And that's virtually with any and everything. Again, these are oils. Fun working with oils. Follow your roadmaps. You have to have your roadmaps for doing any and everything. Know how the light shows what part is going to be light, what part is going to be darker. That plays a big role in all your work, anything you do. You're going to have light, you're going to have dark. You always want to have some type of realism. Well, that's me talking. Everybody know now I love detail work, so I just have to have that amount of detail. knowing where to place strategic marks or the water or whatever. That's what makes your paintings. You can go with one or two little lines and that's all. Sometimes. That's all you need. Certain access points and that's it. And then how I staged this one here earlier, what I did, I'm kind of awkward on this side right now. What happened here, you're going to have, let me show you this right quick. I'll be getting off of here in a few minutes. Okay. Like you want the water on here and you see it. You're going to see it, but you're also going to see that part of that water lily in the back of it. Little bitty things like that. And they're gonna have something else to go along with it. But you wanna have that transition and transparency where you see it more or less coming on, being able to be seen through both sides of the plane. That's what I'm saying. And they're gonna have a little more. And we'll come back later when they dry up a little more and even enhance them. Enhance them. A little tongue-tied. What you do, what I do at mines, at times, not all the time. That's a little bit of gray right there. You can barely see it. Put that little barely. It's gonna be like that. And it's gonna dry up a little bit. And you can come back over it again. And you could see it even better. These sweaters drive me crazy. But now you kind of see. I want to thank everybody for joining me and sending me some gifts and flowers and coins. Want those coins? So we all kind of see now how that taking shape. Okay, I'm gonna be stopping in a minute. Thank you, Leslie. Thanks for following my channel. Again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And we're going to come back to this koi fish later on. I think this painting is going to be a real nice one. There we go. Twisting that brush just a hair. And going right underneath. Like I said, little subtle details can really enhance your work. Don't have to be too overpowering, but just enough. And you got to be careful where you just recently started from. You know. Let it dry. Like again, I said oils, they take a while to dry. But when they do finish, the work is really immaculate. Really good looking work. Okay. So I'm gonna be signing off, and we'll come back to this one here tomorrow or day after. And there's a whole lot more going on with this painting for you to see. Okay. Again, I want to appreciate everybody for looking at my channel, looking at my type of work I do. I'm a detail artist. I like detail. It's just that simple. I just love detail work. Okay. So I'm gonna get back with everybody, preferably tomorrow, and do some more work on this one here. I may work on another one while this one's drying. I may be working on something else too. All right. So I'm gonna be signing off, saying good night, and tell me how you like this one so far. Okay? Have a good night.